You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
15 to be exact. 15. Barbershop Conversations. Click the link below, man. How can you be the leader of men if you're not a leader in your household? Explain that one to me. Anyways, man, let's jump into it. 9 Wives, man. Incredible film, man. I encourage everybody to click the link below and go watch it. Blu-ray has come out. And do y'all need to see me at all? Who gives a fuck, right? What I look like, right? But how about y'all look at Brie? Brie is such a beautiful woman. How about y'all look at Brie? She's definitely more beautiful than I am. And Blu-ray has come out and said that Caleb Plant needs him. And I'm thinking, based off of what I saw yesterday, I'm going to say this. Caleb Plant has to get stronger. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I don't think he has time to get stronger with a heavy diet of weights, because it's going to be too heavy on his joints. It's going to be too heavy on his and it'll be too much bulking, excuse me. I think he needs to focus on more like functional strength, and obviously that constitutes of push-up, sit-ups, and all that good stuff, core strength, rotational trunk strength, all that type stuff. And Larry Wade is in charge of that. Larry Wade has done an exceptional job that I've seen. He comes from a track background, so I think he's very, very great with fast twitch muscle fibers and all that good stuff. Fast twitch muscle fibers and actually cutting weight. I think Larry Wade is really good at cutting weight, and how I know that to be true is because the fight that Shawn Porter didn't have him, Shawn had to cut his hair to make weight against Ugas. And we'll see. I think Larry Wade has to come up with a game plan, because he's in front right now. And what I mean, like, all eyes will be on Larry Wade as it pertains to Caleb Plant's performance on November 6th. And I have no reason to doubt Larry Wade. But I like both of them, and it's nothing like a healthy competition amongst men. And Errol Spence, Blu-ray didn't have Errol Spence didn't have Blu-ray for Shawn Porter, but Shawn Porter's strength didn't come through in the championship rounds. Errol Spence's strength came through, and that's without Blu-ray. And I think him and Blu-ray got an 11-fight knockout streak, something like that, something crazy, something ridiculous. And Shawn Porter's conditioning showed up, but not his strength. So this is going to be real interesting. This is going to be real interesting to watch. I really like both of them. I think they're outstanding at what they do. Maybe Larry Wade should call Blu-ray. I'm big on just getting the job done. What I mean? What's the problem? Can we fix the problem? Maybe Larry Wade should extend a hand to Blu-ray and ask him about his functional strength, because they have different bases. I think there's no question about Larry Wade's cutting weight and fast twitch muscle fibers. I think he's probably the best. I would say him and True Athletics are probably the best at fast twitch muscle fibers. At activating your fast twitch muscle fibers, probably the best. But in terms of building strength, I'm going to stand corrected. Deontay Wilder has increased his strength dramatically as it pertains to this camp. And I'm very interested how Caleb Plant is going to move in this fight. Like, I'm rooting for Caleb Plant. I'm all in on Caleb Plant. I got a $200 parlay, him and Deontay Wilder, $200 to win, what, $3,500 or something like that. So I'm all in on Team Plant, and that's why I want him to win. And Shawn Porter hasn't knocked anybody out recently. Badu Jack, did Badu Jack knock out his last opponent? But it was nothing of Minch. I don't know. I don't really care. I mean, not really don't care, but he fought nobody. But he didn't knock out what's the guy's name from Canada? He didn't knock him out. So he actually lost that fight, which was debatable. Obviously, I was there. Was that fight? Yeah, he beat him. Yeah. I think he beat him in Atlanta, right? And so that's where we're at with that. But it's real interesting to see Larry Wade either going to be the best trainer in the world, hands down, by far, by November 28th, or he's gonna or people are gonna actually start questioning, like, how great is Larry Wade. So and this is the type of situation you want to be in, as any level of competitor. I think Larry Wade is an Olympian or some shit like that, or I know he was a professional runner. So I have love and respect for Larry Wade. And but I think people are gonna see this as like a black on black crime. No, I'm saying this because if Blu-ray is great at something and Larry Wade is great at something, I think that deserves a conversation. If I'm not great at something, wait, can you guys hear that? I have a contractor in my backyard. I can do it. I know how to do it, but they're greater at it. And I want perfect results. You understand? Because my backyard is going to be the place to be for fights next summer. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with it. I think for real, Blu-ray and Larry Wade would be a great team. I don't think Shawn Porter will ever fight Errol Spence again. I think that has gone past, not unless Shawn Porter wins, right? And then now Al Heyman has all the belts, and we will see a rematch at 147, right? So I think they can build a super training team. You know what I mean? And the sidebar, I'm gonna do a video on this separately, but in the championship rounds, how great will Team Porter be? You know what I mean? We haven't seen Team Porter in recent history go through the championship rounds and be successful. Dating back to I'm talking about rounds 9 through 12. Even the Adrian Broner fight got knocked down in the 12th round. I thought the best fight that I've ever been to, Keith Thurman versus what's his name? Keith Thurman versus Shawn Porter. I think that's the best fight I've ever been to. Everyone was on their hands and knees. But I thought rounds 10 and 11, Shawn Porter dropped his hands and got stuck in the corner and lost those 2 rounds just based off of, just losing rounds in the championship rounds. I don't know why or how he does. And obviously Errol Spence, he lost that fight in the championship rounds. And based off of the scoring from Kell Brook, he lost those in the championship round. So they're gonna have to come up with a plan to actually get the job done. Can they beat Terrence Crawford? Absolutely. Can Caleb Plant beat Canelo? Absolutely. And I'm $3,500 wanting them to win. So this video is like an olive branch. Like I think they should work together, and get like a plan, because I saw what I saw, and I'm gonna speak directly to Caleb Plant. And I saw a guy that's twitchy, intelligent, but has less no, excuse me, and has less strength than Canelo. And what I saw is he's gonna bait Caleb Plant to throw a jab. He wants Caleb Plant to throw a jab. And I'm gonna do some film study on this fight so you guys can see. He, And you're going to see Canelo's point of attack as it pertains to what's his name, Caleb Plant. So we'll see how this plays out, man. Nine Wives is doing incredible. We sold over 2,000 units, which is unbelievable. I think, I'm introducing myself to y'all as an award-winning film director, Emmy-nominated film director. So thank you guys in advance. And I think Blu-ray, to summarize this video, I think Blu-ray and Larry Wade should holler at each other, because what I saw yesterday is I saw Caleb Plant lacking strength. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, you know. But I don't think there won't be a problem with him making weight. There won't be a problem with him being twitchy, explosive, none of that. I think the difference in this fight could be the strength. And I think Caleb Plant's mobility is going to be solid. Can he do it? God, I can't wait for this fight November 6th, man. I'm really, really excited. That press conference got me excited. But you know what else got me excited too? There's a press conference going on literally right now. I don't like watching it live, the press conferences, because y'all tell me what I need to watch. You know what I mean? Y'all tell me and it's a virtual press conference with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. And Malik Scott will be in the barbershop tonight. So that's going to be exciting. So Joey, I think, and Joey and Larry Wade are like great friends too. So they support one another. And I think honestly I'm gonna go a step further. I think Larry Wade should do a Zoom call with both those guys. Blu-ray and Joey, maybe they get to know each other and maybe they can create this fraternity. And maybe they can get like the Devin Haney's of the world. And I know everyone likes to be like on their own and a lot of but I'm gonna say this: the one thing that's held Shawn Porter back his whole career is the fact that he doesn't have a skills guy to teach him the disciplines of boxing. I think his father does an extraordinary job at getting everything out of him. I think his father does an extraordinary job at inspiring Shawn Porter to leave everything in the ring and be as conditioned and as disciplined as possible. But where he lacks is the discipline to to go through it. And I forgot to mention Ugas. He got knocked down in the Ugas fight too. He got knocked down in the Ugas fight, Spence fight, Broner fight, and he got hit really, really hard in the 10th or 11th round. That really changed the championship rounds against Keith Thurman. So those are four really, really big fights where skill and discipline kind of alleviated Shawn Porter in the championship round. So we'll be having these conversations as it pertains to the fight, the pros and cons of it. But I think if he absolutely listened to how Joey got Deontay Wilder's bench up from 315 to 350 in a couple weeks, how Errol Spence had that 11 knockout streak, I think it can help Caleb Plant because they got 2 months. They got 6 weeks. I think you can do something in 6 weeks. You know what I mean? And especially in pockets in the fight. You know what I mean? Because Caleb Plant's going to have to hold his ground. Trust me, Caleb Plant's going to have to hold his ground. And y'all going to say he can just fight like Lara. No, he can't just fight like Lara. No, that's not going to win the fight. Are we planning to get to the end of the 12th round, or are we planning to dominate Canelo? I want Caleb Plant to dominate. So in order to dominate, you have to have a dominant game plan by dominant people in your corner. And I think he has it. And I think the one thing they're lacking is strength. And I will tell Caleb Plant, I will tell Larry Wade that the one thing that they're lacking is strength. I saw it yesterday. And for those of you who don't know, I had a training business for 10 years. Just to give you a background on me, who did I train for the NBA draft? I trained DeMar DeRozan for the NBA draft. I've trained, I'm not even going to get into the names, but I've trained so many professional athletes as it pertains to Taj Gibson. I'm going to stop there because it's like 30 of them. I trained them for the NBA draft, and I got them quicker, faster, stronger. So I understand fast twitch muscle fibers, the supraspinatus, you know what I mean? The front, the rear delts, the points of emphasis for fast twitch muscle fibers, your hip flexors, your abductors. I understand that stuff. So, and the one thing I had to do with these guys is make them strong in their base because they're young kids because they were coming out as freshmen and sophomores in college. So I had to make them strong in a base. So when they got to the NBA, because when you're a lottery pick, you're going to play 20, 25 minutes. And I would move them and I would push them towards that. You know what I mean? So I have fun, you know, all those, all those pros you see that come out of LA, I had them, you know what I mean, at either for one session or for a block of time. And it was a great time doing it, man. You know what I mean? So, anyways, man, strength, 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 strength. I don't think it's just the bands. The bands ain't gonna do it. The bands is gonna get Caleb's body from point A to point B, but it's not gonna necessarily increase the velocity and ferocity. You understand? So power is time and speed. Um, so that's what we got to get to. So Caleb Plant, we need you to come through. I think I think they should form a Super Friends tandem, just in terms of conversation and in terms of dialogue. I think that's important. You know what I mean? And this video is an olive branch for that. I don't want Larry Wade versus Blu-ray versus Joey. I think those three minds can get Caleb Plant over the top, because I'll be 100 with you guys. I told I'm gonna be as honest with you. I'm always fuck. Who gives a fuck, right? I told Kenny Porter the same thing. He says, I don't care. I do everything on my own. I give everybody and I tell everybody what to do. This is my ship. And I told him he needs to take a step back and allow someone to teach Shawn Porter the skills of boxing. But he disagreed with me, and now we see where Shawn Porter is at. He's lost in the championship rounds as it pertains to his career. If Shawn Porter increases by 5 to 10% of his skill, and that's the difference. And that's the difference. And that's basically the difference in Shawn Porter's career, that 5% block. You know what I mean? It makes a big difference when you're going against an Olympian like Errol Spence. You know, it makes a big difference when you're going against a guy like Kell Brook, Ugas, who knocked him down in 12th round. So all this plays in to where I'm going. I'm and I only can use my platform to do it. You know what I mean? And I'm going to repeat this for the last time, because I know how motherfuckers interpret these videos. Oh, you hating? No, no, no. I appreciate Larry Wade. I appreciate Blu-ray. And I don't know how Joey got into this conversation. I think all three are extraordinary. And I think what Joey has done with Deontay Wilder's strength has, from basically starting from nothing. And what I mean by nothing, we've never seen Deontay Wilder do strength and strength and conditioning training. So I'm real pleased with that. And I'm also real pleased on the results that Errol Spence has gotten, you know what I mean, as it pertains to his 11 knockouts in a row. And they were training now, and I believe Errol Spence would have put a demo down on Manny Pacquiao, had his eye held up, you know. And so anyways, at the end of the day, I'm going to say this. I think they should form a level of kinship and friendship where they can lean on each other in their expertise. You understand what I'm saying? I think all of them are experts. I think all of them are great. But when we think we know everything, and I'm going to say this, and I don't give a fuck. You can say what you want to say. Kenny Porter thinks he knows everything and doesn't extend his hand out to, you understand what I'm saying? But I don't think Larry Wade is of that cloth. I think it's undoubtable what I'm just going in circles. Anyways, y'all should reach out. At the end of the day, y'all kings should reach out to one another. And if there's anything that one can add to the other, I think I think Caleb Plant needs it. Caleb Plant needs strength. I see it. It's obvious. I saw it. And Canelo knows it. Trust me when I say that. Canelo knows he's going to bait him into throwing that jab. Trust me. He's going to bait. I'm going to do film study on this. I'm going to do film study on this, and because I've seen Caleb Plant fight his last 10 fights. So I know exactly how Caleb Plant fights as it pertains to, I'm imitating Caleb Plant right now. You guys can't see me, and how he loads that right hand, you know what I mean? And how he keeps that left hand out, and he pause, and then he does the cobra strikes and stuff like that. Anyways, I'm excited. Larry Wade, get the shit done. I got $3,500 right, well, $200 to win $3,500. Joey, get it done. I got $200 trying to win $3,500. I love all y'all, for real. And this ain't no, so don't misconstrue this video. This is Fred just speaking in his tone. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. So anyways, Barbershop Conversations. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. And while it's up, y'all might as well watch the trailer one more time. And there we go.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
You find out if you click the link below. You'll find out how many kids he had. Talk to you soon. Peace.